For Emilio and I's project, we will be performing a cloud in a bottle experiment. The project is very simple to do, and you only need a few household materials that most everyone already has. The materials needed are any sort of bottle, such as this 2-liter soda bottle right here, or a wine bottle, which is what we're going to be using for the experiment. Rubbing alcohol, or what we have here, 50% isopropyl alcohol, and a cork to add to the bottle during the experiment. Adding the hole to the cork right here was the hardest part because we had to make sure the hole fit the needle just right. If the hole was too big, then the air would escape from the cork and mess the whole experiment up. And lastly, we need just a standard bike pump. Any bike pump works. You can get this a Big 5, or Sports Jelly, wherever, doesn't matter. In order to make the cloud, we have to make the alcohol evaporate, which then will condense inside of the bottle. The condensation is what makes the cloud. Now let's get to the experiment. First, we take the bottle and add a couple drops of the isopropyl alcohol to it. There's no set amount you have to add, just how much you feel like doing. There's already some in here from last time, so I didn't add that much. Then we take the cork to it, or put the cork in the bottle to make sure no air escapes. Then we spin the bottle to make sure we cover the whole bottle in alcohol, which will produce a thicker and much better looking cloud. You can even shake it a little bit, doesn't matter. Let's see. Alright, that should be enough. Then we take the bike pump and start pumping the air into it. There's no set amount of area to pump into it, just do however much you feel like doing. Alright, that should be enough, and then after you get all the air pumped into it, you can pop the top. And as you can see, a very nice looking cloud formed inside this bottle. Normally water is used for this experiment, but Emilio and I found that rubbing alcohol evaporates much faster and produces a better looking and much thicker cloud. This experiment is very similar to the twisting of a water bottle that we all did when we were little kids. Like, I'll show you right now. Actually, I need to empty a little bit first. Doing this doesn't produce a very thick cloud, but it's still the same concept and the same science is applied to it. You can see? Yeah, not much form, but when you first pop it, you can barely see it. I kind of messed up the screwing a little bit, but you guys get the idea. The reason why the cloud is not as thick as the experiment we just did is because water evaporates much slower than the rubbing alcohol, which is what we used in the experiment. That's why we used the rubbing alcohol in the first place, because the cloud does not look half as good with the water.